he will. Hi, gardeners. How is everyone? Let me go ahead and mute this because this might go off. Okay. Hey, gardeners. How is everyone doing today? Now, I know this is a very random live stream that I did. It was kind of out of the blue. So hopefully we do have some people joining. I do see we do have a couple people on. So in today's video, what we'll be discussing from the perspective from South Florida, but this is going to be gardens in general when it comes down to the fall season. Now, I know it could vary because since I'm in South Florida, we grow way differently compared to other gardeners. So, like for example, now lots of gardeners are getting prepared to put their gardens away, put them to sleep because their plants are getting to starting to get dormant. And so they don't have a lot going on right now. However, for us Floridians, our prime growing season has just started. So I wanted to cover some of the main seeds you could grow during the fall season. So I did see we have my gardening auntie, South Florida Sunshine Tropicals, with us. She did say the following. She said, I was trying to get my beds ready and the food forest to plant, but went down sick, unfortunately. I hope you're feeling better. I hid 3/4 of my family during October. We'll do something as soon as I am still recovering. Well, I can't wait to see what you'll be posting soon. Looking forward to hear your seed picks. I saw those cabbages you grew in your old video. I have no idea how to grow cabbage without getting full of worms. I would have to be a bug net maniac. So when it comes down to all the seeds or the brassicas here in South Florida, or at least in my experience, I've never had a huge issue with them, especially because of the fact that during our fall and winter seasons, it's not that humid. It's very dry. It's like the pests and diseases are not active during this time. So we get very lucky during our fall and winter because we don't deal with lots of cabbage worms or moth worms. We don't deal with none of it. So my brassicas grow perfectly fine. I do see we have our moderator, Jay, with us. So hi, Jay. Thank you so much for joining with us. I see Shani is as well with us. So welcome, Shani. Let's see. Shani says, I am growing microgreens and sprouts. I started peas, kale, kohlrabi, sunflower seeds, radish for my sprouts, soon to use bush beans, wheat, and more blends for this winter growing season. Now, I don't have that many. I have about half of what she listed in this list. I am super excited for my growing season, at least because of the fact that I get to grow everything. There's like no limitations to what I could grow because everything loves our fall and winter season. Especially tomorrow, we're dropping below 50 degrees, which is mind blowing for the majority of us because, as you all know, Floridians do not like the cold weather. So we can't be going into. So you'll see me bundled up and everything for tomorrow. So my plants will probably love the colder temperatures because we've had nonstop heat these past few days, or these past few weeks. So Jay says, I'm in a similar climate to Shawnee. Winter is already here. Planting outdoors is limited to garlic planting now. Like how I spoke to with Gardener Scott earlier today, we can't grow garlic here in South Florida. Well, we can, but it's just a very huge process and very complicated process that honestly I'm not a huge fan of. So I grow a substitute, which is society garlic. Society garlic is 10 times as more stronger than regular garlic. The only thing is we use the leaves. So it's only like, imagine like a chive. So we only use the strappy leaves in our kitchen and it's super, super strong. It was 5 Fahrenheit this morning. Absolutely not. I would not do that. I would be an ice cube. But I kudos to you, Shawnee, because I cannot do that. I cannot do that whatsoever. Alrighty. So I will send you a snow shovel. I would need one. I'm just kidding. No, more like a soil shovel because I need one. But other than that, lots of us gardeners here in Florida are getting ready to start. So let's just start off the bat. I already have a pile of seeds here in my desk ready to be showcased, which are my primary ones that I'll be starting this upcoming season. So number one is my purple tomatillo. So this right here is absolute gold right here. I think out of all the veggies I've grown in my garden from seed, because as you all know, I'm not a huge seed person. I don't really like those growing from seed. However, I've been getting more, used to it now because you get to have a whole bunch of varieties to choose from. And it's so fascinating to see how a small seed develops into this huge mature plant that you harvest from. And tomatillos have been the most successful for me. I grew tomatillos one year and it was just breathtaking how much I harvested from 4 plants. So this year I'm growing way more so I can harvest way more. I grew, I believe, the green one last year, but I'm trying the purple one this year, which I know is very pretty. However, when it comes down to cooking them, their colors fade away, which is sad, but still one of my personal favorites. So moving on to the next one is actually one I'm actually giving more attention to this year, which is snow peas. So snow peas is actually we use it in our rice. So we use peas in our rice, and so that's why I want to give it a go. And especially since I know peas are very easy to grow in our area, so I would definitely try growing some of these this year. I did try some of them last year, however, only one plant took. I think I started it way too late in the season, so it didn't really do much. So this time I'm giving way more space for snow peas this year. So let's see. Shawnee says purple tomatillos. Okay. Now, are you not a huge fan of them, Shawnee? Let me know. Jay says, I love the way you pronounce tomatillos. Well, tomatillos is how we say it in Spanish. So snow peas, yes, please. I like that you already know how you're going to use the peas in the kitchen with rice. Yeah, because especially in a Hispanic household, that's the main way we use snow peas. So snow peas, I planted 4 to 5 types plus some regular peas. That's really, really good. Alrighty. Let's see. Ellen Morgan. Hi, how are you? Hola, brother. How are you? Welcome to the chat. So the next one we will be growing is cherry bell radish. So radish is one of my personal favorites because of how quick they grow and how easy they are to start from seed. This one was sent to me by Plant Good Seeds. I've partnered with them multiple different times here in my channel before. They've been with me since, I won't say beginning because they weren't, when I started the channel, I hadn't known of them. I would have to say halfway there. But they have been a very good company. Their seeds are high quality. And not to mention, they have a wide range of varieties. And as a matter of fact, lots of the varieties I showcased today, including the purple tomatillos, which is Shawnee's favorite, is from Plant Good Seed. So definitely I'm excited to start those soon. So we also have, now this one's a bit more of a harder one to choose because I don't know fully how to grow these yet. But it is hard red spring wheat. So growing your own flour, in other words. I really like how the plant looks. Don't get me wrong, I really do. But it can get a little complicated because they do like a little bit with their growing habits. I haven't successfully fully grown them, so I'll be giving them a go this season. I wouldn't know what to do with a purple tomatillo in my Minnesota house. Salsas, that's how we use it. Tomatillos, salsas all the way. So that's a little idea. We also have a couple peppers in my list because peppers tend to suffer during our summer and spring seasons because of the fact of especially our whiteflies. They completely destroy our plants and make them look so ugly. So we have to, the wheat is hard red spring wheat right here from Plant Good Seed. I've grown a couple times, never had success with it. So I'm going to give it a go this time around with more detail, with more, vigilance towards it. But peppers, jalapeno, a classic. Cayenne, one of my personal favorites. I grew it for the first time when I started gardening. This was one of the first peppers I grew, and it was prolific until the plant wore off. So I'll be trying these again. Now, peppers are a little bit more iffy for me because I don't like how they take so long to germinate, and because sometimes I think the plant is dead, and then fast forward about a week or two later, while all the seeds I've already grown, here they come. So we'll try these again. Purple tomatillos can be used raw, cooked, or blended into many dishes, like a green ones, but often have a sweeter, more fruity flavor. That is true. Another one I'm adding to my list is melons, because melons I have not successfully grown. I grew watermelon one year. I think it was crimson, but I had left to a trip to Mexico, came back 3 weeks later, saw the plant completely growing. I even saw a huge watermelon. However, since we left during our rainy seasons, I noticed that it was sitting in water. So it rotted the bottom portion of the watermelon off, which I was so sad about. But we're going to give it another chance this growing season. So I have the Charit. I don't know how to pronounce this melon right here. And I wrote that, so I don't even understand my own handwriting. Let me see if I could put it in the chat. Let me see. Chair entice, I think it is. I think that's how you pronounce. Well, you know, if Jay, if you could verify if that's the proper pronunciation, I don't know. But this one is one of the ones I'll be trying. I already started some melons outside, so hopefully those take off. They've already germinated, as well as orange tender sweet. So this is a watermelon, which is, as you can see, it's a bright orange on the inside with black seeds. Now, I'm not a huge fan of watermelon myself, but my siblings and my family is, so I'm growing it for them. So I am, especially because I love growing these big fruits. So I can't wait to harvest from this. So orange tender sweet watermelon, correct. All right, let's see. Now I am late on this one. I was supposed to start this before the fall season started, but I might give it a go since we do have colder temperatures. So we have a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. Now I grow pumpkins mainly for decorative purposes, but if it's an edible pumpkin, I like using them in muffins because they taste so great, especially I believe it's called, let me see. And no, it starts with a P, I believe. It's a tropical type of pumpkin. Let me see if I can search that up because I can't. Seminole pumpkins. There you go. So Seminole pumpkins are one of my personal favorites because I use those for my baking goods. Those taste so good in baking goods. Like I've grown that variety a couple times and oh my goodness, I can't wait to grow them again. I don't have the seeds anymore, so I'm looking to get or obtain some more Seminole pumpkin seeds. So hopefully we get that soon. So next up is our grains. So I don't grow lots of grains for the main purpose of we don't know what to do with them, but I've narrowed it down to my main preferred one, which is this salad bowl lettuce right here. My family and I absolutely love this variety because it has a buttery taste to it. It's very smooth, but it's very good to the taste. So it's not a prickly leaf salad or lettuce. It's not something that is very unpleasant in texture wise. However, salad bowl is great. I knew one year I got these seeds. I threw them all over a particular bed in my garden. They came up like a whole bed of lettuce, and I was just harvesting and harvesting and harvesting, giving bags of them away, and people just kept coming back for more because of how good they are. So I can't wait for this. So let's see. Jay says, I get a ton of cheap/free jack-o'-lantern pumpkins after Halloween to puree and use for donate for fundraising baked goods. That's awesome, Jay. So this one is definitely on my list to start. Now, another one I would be giving a go is spinach. So spinach is actually one we do use in my household. However, I've never actually successfully grown spinach. So we're gonna give it a go this upcoming growing season. I'm gonna grow them in a mass, like more than one, because there's no point of growing one. Something I never understand when it comes down to growing greens, or some gardeners do, is they would only plant one or two plants. That doesn't make sense to me. You have to grow a whole bunch of them to get a decent yield off of them. Of course, never tear off the plant when you're ready to harvest. Always harvest the outer leaves and leave the center portion so it can continue producing for you, so you can have a longer extended yield harvest from the plant. But spinach is definitely one I am considering on my list. So let's see. Next up is beans. I already started yarn long beans outside because of the fact that I wanted to get a start with them. And those are the long, super line Chinese beans. Absolutely love them. I think those are a red variety that I obtained from Plant Good Seed as well. But this is purple teepee right here. Another classic. I love this one as well. It's a very vigorous vine, so you have to have a lot of space for it. And it's a gorgeous purpley color, which I love color especially when harvesting from a basket full of green stuff. You'll have purples, reds, yellows, just a wide range of different things. So I'm super excited about that. So a few things I've already started outside, which I threw away the seed packets. So yeah, I started outside some cabbages. So I started Red Express cabbage as well as Catalina, I believe is the name cabbage. You all know about me and my cabbages. I love growing cabbages. I've always had success growing them. So they're in my plans this year. And I started them in my Epic Gardening seed starting trays. I will go ahead and put a link in the chat for you guys to check out. We actually have a huge discount going on right now with our seed starting trays. So let me see. And you could use my discount code on top of it. So if you're looking into getting some seed starting kits, so that's the seed starting kit that I would recommend getting, plus my discount code, the Ultimate Gardener 5, which will give you a 5% discount from your order. And we currently have a Black Friday sale. So let me go ahead and pop up that information right now so I can give you accurate information. Emmanuel is encouraging folks to help him with watch hours to reach his goals. Yes, Jay, thank you so much for mentioning that. My channel, for if you guys are new to my channel, I'm a 18-year-old gardener here in South Florida. I started back in 2018. I started about 6 years ago doing my gardening show. It started off as Ultimate Gardening. That was my initial name. But then after a few years later, we changed it to the Ultimate Gardener because my family, especially my father, always called me by that name. So that's why I decided to stick with it. So I've been using that name ever since, and it's easier for people to remember, and it's easier to mark on products. So definitely, we've been here since 2018. I still have not reached my monetary goals yet, so hopefully we can reach that this year. Hopefully, if not, then hopefully by the beginning of next year. My main goal right now as well is to get 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. So if you're not subscribed yet, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the like in this live stream to support the live stream. So let's see. So for the Black Friday sales, which starts November 9th, which is already active, let's see. If you spend $50 or more, you get free shipping. If you spend $100 or more, you choose your very own gift between an Epic Gardening veggie bundle or a 4-cell 3-inch seed starting tray. But I'll be posting all this information in my community tab so you guys can have a better understanding of what it is. There's discount codes on metal raised beds. If you are looking for metal raised beds, definitely consider them. If you're looking for seed starting trays, consider them. Seeds, consider them. They're just a really great company. Kevin, my friend Kevin is here too, over from Epic Gardening. We've known each other for some while now, and so I'm definitely very honored to be in there. Hi, new subscriber came over from Shawnee Grows. Hi, Mother Earth Garden Club. Thank you so much for joining us. And yes, once again, a huge shout out to Shawnee Grows for the support you've given me. I've always be forever grateful. So a few other seeds I have here is zinnias. Zinnias, to be honest with you, could grow all year round. They could grow during the summer. They could grow during the spring. They could grow during the cooler times. Zinnias are very hardy down here. They grow very well down here. So definitely that. I also have standard chive. Now, believe it or not, I don't have lots of herbs in my garden right now, so I'm trying to grow a few more as I go. So standard chive is on my list. I've heard these are very easy to grow from seed, so we'll hopefully give that a shot, as well as white sage. Sage, hello, is easy to start from seed. I've had a success growing the plant from cuttings before, so hopefully we get some success from growing the seeds. So definitely excited about that. So I'll put these away. And I have a whole bin of seeds that I could go through, which some of them are most likely are not on my seed starting list because, I'm not a huge fan of everything, but I'm trying to fit a lot of things. Another great herb is parsley. Parsley is another great herb to start out from seed in the fall and winter because if you can't grow this during our hotter temperatures because it will bolt. So definitely if you're planning to grow any herbs, basil as well, cilantro as well, any of these herbs that I mentioned, as well as white sage, chive, all of these herbs are great during the fall and winter because they don't bolt. So definitely consider that. Tomatoes is a huge one. Tomatoes is one that I absolutely love. I already have some cherries, sweet 100s already started. They're already flowered. I have a yellow pear, is it? Golden pear? It's a cherry tomato that's yellow that I've had experience growing as well. It's flowering as well. So we're definitely getting those going. I have this packet of free seeds from Baker Creek Thornbird's terracotta tomato. It looks like looks like a beefsteak type tomato, bigger type, juicier tomato. So we'll see if I can get those started. Let's see from our list. Okay, so here I have the seeds. So I have the packet. So this is the variety I started, Chinese red noodle bean. This is the variety I started outside. So it's that long burgundy bean, almost like a green bean, except 3 times longer. It's just absolutely amazing. So, okay, love basil, not so much cilantro. And the opposites for me. Not a fan of basil, but we love cilantro here in our household. Love it. And then here's my cabbages, my prized possessions. So it is Katarina F1 cabbage, once again, Plant Good Seed Company, and Red Express cabbage. These I've already started. Now, surprisingly, the red cabbage came up already, but this one has not. So I'm trying to see which one, if something went wrong with the growing medium they're in, because these came up quite quickly, but this variety didn't come up so quickly. So hopefully they come up eventually, because I'm not trying to lose those seedlings because they're my favorite. Oh, another one I grew, which I'm really excited about, is broom corn. My friend over from the Late Bloomer Garden Show, Kate Ketchell, introduced me to broom corn in one of her older videos, and I was fascinated by this plant. You could grow your own broom in your very own backyard. Ain't that surprising? So I went ahead and I requested these from Plant Good Seed when we partnered, and I already planted them out in the garden. So hopefully they grow and they completely, flourish, because I would love, love, love to have my own broom, grow your own broom. You can't. There's endless possibilities of what you could grow. So the melon I grew was Hearts of Gold. This one has already germinated. I'm waiting for it to start its first set of true leaves, so then I could go ahead and put it out into the garden. I want those vines to take over the garden, have melons left and right, have that melon smell. Woo! Can't wait. Let's see. Mother Earth Garden Club says going to set up and start hydroponic gardens this week. That's awesome. I'm not a huge fan of hydroponic, especially in my area, because of the mosquitoes. Water and mosquitoes are not our friends here, but hydroponics is a really, really good form of gardening. I don't know if you guys have seen on Instagram. I've been on Instagram, and if you're not following, make sure to follow me on Instagram, The Ultimate Gardener. I follow this creator that creates or reliably grows his fruits or his food on towers of hydroponics, and he gets these huge heads of lettuce, huge heads of cabbages, tomatoes, peppers, you name it. He grows everything on hydroponics, and it's just fascinating to see how just from water and a little bit of liquid fertilizer, he grows these huge things. Oh, hydroponics inside of my house. Yes. So that I also had a tabletop hydroponics, never really had success with it. So, I never really continued with it, because especially if a mosquito finds its way into my house and lays its eggs in it, we're donezo. So I have to be careful with what I put in here. Another seed we're starting is moringa seeds. I'm starting those soon because they're super medicinal. And although the tree gets quite huge, but that's okay. That's okay, because the trees are very beneficial. They are very beneficial. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and grow those in my garden. So definitely, I got to shove all these seeds back in here. Some of these I'm leaving out because I'm planting later today. I'm was planning on filming a video later today regarding plants you guys think are overrated. So I haven't had that many responses from you guys just yet. So if you guys want to submit us response, go to my community post and go. This should be the first post there, the most recent post. And you can comment the plant you think is the most overrated and the reason why you believe it's the most overrated. And so hopefully that video comes to, see. So let me see. I go onto my Instagram, see if there is any. Let's see. Let's see if on Instagram we had any submissions. Okay, let's see. No submissions just yet. All right, so if you have a plant in mind that you think it's overrated, head over to my community post and go ahead and comment down below what plant you think is overrated and why. So Now I showcase the seeds I'm starting. Now, what seeds are you guys starting? I want to hear from the chats. What seeds are you guys getting ready to start? As well as what are your plans for your garden this upcoming fall or winter season? I can't wait to hear about that. I'm going to be on for a little bit longer, for around 10, because I do have an event to be at around 12:30. So I'll be on for a little bit longer. I just wanted to hop on to talk about seeds. So let me hear it in this chat. What seeds are you guys getting ready to start? And which ones are you the most excited about? So let's see. Thank you, Jay, for posting the community post link. So once again, if you would like to go ahead and comment your opinions on what plant is overrated for you, put it there. One plant that sucks that I can't grow down here is fava beans. My mother loves fava beans. This is one of her favorite beans. I think her favorite bean. The only thing that is sad is that they need a cold period in order to set fruit. And we don't have that cold period. So I believe it's 6 hours of a certain temperature for them to properly develop beans. Never had success. So I'm hoping I should have planted these for tomorrow. Because probably we don't, but usually when we drop to a very low temperature, it's only for like 30 minutes. So let's see. Jay says I'm in freezing conditions, so outdoor plantings can only be bulbs. Indoor growing has several options. So outdoors, now that's where there's the huge distinction line, because we can't grow bulbs. Most of the time we can't grow flowering bulbs because of the fact that they need that cold period to set their bulbs or their flower buds for the year. I would love to grow tulips, cannot grow them. I would love to grow peonies, cannot grow them. I would love to grow bleeding hearts, cannot grow them. Would love to grow Asiatic lilies and lilies. I can grow. Those are those are my favorite. I want to include some in my garden this year. Those I can grow. Dahlias I can't grow fully this year. I can't grow. Ranunculus, can't grow them fully. I'm gonna try them again. I've heard people trying to grow them in Florida and have success with them. So hopefully I could get my success on that as well. What else? Alliums can't as well. Let's see. Trying to think what other bulbs daffodils. I would love to grow those out. Cannot grow those, but I have to work with what I have. Let's see. Mother Earth Garden Club says I will grow bok choy and mini tomatoes and lettuce in a tabletop hydroponics. Now, bok choy I have really good experiences with. It's one of my favorite lettuces that I have eaten. So definitely bok choy. I don't have any seeds, so I'm hopefully could get them before our prime season ends up, because bok choy is a really gorgeous plant. Apart from it being edible, I really like how it looks. So let's see. Shawnee says, I'll be ordering blends from Botanical Interest of Swiss chard and mild mixes, plus packs of basils and cilantro to grow indoors. I want to figure out broad beans, fava beans for my season. Now, I'm super happy that you'll be able to grow fava beans. Unfortunately, I can't, but let me know how your experience goes. Swiss chard, my favorite lettuce to grow. They very colorful, very easy to start from seed. Basil, cilantro, great selections as well. Jay says, I have multiple cold weather crops that are mature and happy in my freezing garden. This was shown as a sideshow in the recent live stream on Shawnee Grows. I would definitely go through and check that out, because I would love to see what Jay is growing. We are also using nature's refrigerator, keeping our carrots, turnips, and kales outdoors. Carrots, I have to start. Carrots, I really love growing those, especially when I used to work at a nursery. We used to pump out carrots left and right, but it did take serious amending work in the soil, so I'll definitely work on that. Turnips, I never grow them because my family never eats them. We don't even know how to use them in the kitchen, so we stay away from that. Kale, I grow them mainly for my neighbor and, for close friends and families, because once again, my family never eats kale like crazy. So it's one of the plants I grow once in a while. Like right now I have curly leaf kale outside. Gorgeous plant. Can't wait to harvest from it. But once again, I give it away mainly to other gardeners. Let's see. Oh, Jay says I'll be trying indoor growing similar to Shawnee. Still a learning curve for me. Yeah. When it comes down to gardening, especially for me, I can't seem to grow things indoors because keep in mind, I live in a Hispanic household. I will not be bringing plants inside to start from seed. So I have to solely rely with what's growing outdoors. So that's why I decided to convert my garden to a food forest, because I'll be having food all year round. I used to love having a full basic vegetable garden because it was the most glorious thing ever. But my garden will look so dry and so sad during the summertime and springtime and beginning of fall because of our hot temperatures. So instead of limiting my garden to only one or two seasons of prime growth, I extended it to all year round with a food forest. Mother Earth Garden Club said I had a great carrot crop last summer. I love eating fresh. I don't grow kale. I'm not a huge fan of it, and that's completely okay. Lots of people are not a huge fan of kale, so it's slim pickings. Carrots, I love using them, especially in a carrot cake. There's this recipe I got from Laura from Garden Answer. Oh my goodness, it is so delicious, that carrot cake. I would recommend you guys giving it a try because it's very, very good. As a matter of fact, I'm getting hungry while I'm thinking of it. So definitely on my list to grow so I could get me some fresh carrots to grow in the garden or to use in my baked goods. So I see it's 2:01. I'm going to get ready to start wrapping up this live stream because once again, I have an event and I have to eat before I leave. So if there's any last minute questions out there, please let me know. Let's see. My favorite bean to grow is dragon tongue. Yes, dragon tongue is one of my personal favorites too. Very colorful, very prolific, very disease resistant. I would say they're heat tolerant and drought tolerant as well. I love the dragon tongue variety. They're really, really pretty. I really love those as well. I harvested a whole bunch of them last year. Sucks that I did not save any seeds. I don't know what I was thinking. I just kept harvesting, that I never left any seeds to mature. So that's on my list to get on this prime season as well. So definitely. So if there's any questions, please leave me know in the comment section down below or in the live chat. Once again, our goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Share with your gardening friends, with your friends and family. We are so close. We're less than 2,000 subscribers. No, we're less than 3,000 subscribers away from it. So hopefully we could get there soon. I'm not going to be sad if we don't hit it by the end of the year, but I have faith that we can. So hopefully we hit that soon. Jay says, thanks for this well-organized and dynamic live stream. Anytime. I'm going to try to do more consistent live streams throughout the week so I could get more engagement with all of you guys on a live day-to-day basis. So hopefully I'll be able to hop in for an hour or two when I have time. So thank you once again to all of my moderators, Shawnee Gross, Jay Dixon. Thank you for attending today's live stream. You guys are all amazing. Make sure to check out Shawnee Gross' channel if you aren't already. And thank you to everyone who has participating in this live stream. Make sure to leave a like if you haven't already. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll be posting a video later today. So make sure to keep a lookout for that one. Make sure to check out my recent video I did with my friends over from the Gambling Gardeners. We discussed about a full complete growing guide on growing citrus. So definitely go check that out if you haven't already. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Once again, a huge thank you to all of you for your support, and I will see you all next time. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like down below to support the channel. Make sure to subscribe if you aren't already. Thank you all so much for watching this live stream with me. May God bless you and your entire family, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everyone.